Hey, how's it going? Welcome back to the Java playlist. So in this video, we're going to just cover a few last string methods. These ones are kind of I would say they're important because just because of the nature of Python. Python is kind of a good tool for scripting language as well as like data analysis. If you want to get into a career of like a data scientist, you're going to use maybe a Python library or the language R. Um, so one thing that is true about data is that it's usually imperfect. So when people are entering in like their names into a form or something, sometimes they might hit like a space. I'll just show you some uh, some methods here that basically allow you to validate data a lot easier. And if the front end doesn't do it, you can do it on the back end. But yeah, so we'll get started. The first thing we're going to do is a method called strip, which basically um, the method alone um, ends up getting rid of white space before or after a string. So we'll just do a quick example like this. First name equals uh, Austin. So I'll show you before. It's going to be difficult to show you after because of the blackness of the terminal. Actually, we'll do that first, and then we'll do last name. So if we print first name plus last name, you're going to see we have a bit of a larger space because we have two white spaces in here. So we have two, so you can see here there's two spaces there. It kind of looks ugly. But what we can do is just show you, so dot strip. Oh yeah, one thing I was going to mention too is that in the last video I had a bit of trouble with understanding why this comparison wasn't going through. I did a bit of digging and I've like uh, using Python. I mean, in other languages, I didn't seem to have the same problem, but I'm not really remembering like the very nitty gritty technical side of like how it's stored in memory. But for Python and other languages, I think Java, um, they're stored in a string object. So it's like it's an immutable object. So it's different than say um, like a like a integer or double or something that's stored in memory as those. This is stored in memory as an object. So a complete like a library. So if you remember in the Java playlist, like you have like it's when you declare a string. I guess a simple way to put it is it doesn't come up as like a purple reserved word, if that makes any sense. It's an object, like it's a class, and that's why it has all these methods like strip and length and capitalize and lower, because these are all methods within like the string object. So that's one reason. It's not saying that you can't change them, but that's why I was having trouble back there. Um, the way that um, I was changing them in these was I was actually doing a return value of the operation. So that's why I'm putting a print here. In the shell, like in this shell, you can actually like do first equals blah 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 Austin blah blah blah, like a bunch of white space, and then you can do first dot strip, and it'll do it for you. Like you see the output here, it's stripped all that white space away. I think that's just um, like it's taken care of for you within the Python shell, and I did not know that before, or At least if I learned it before, I've completely forgot about it. But yeah, so we'll just get back to this example. So first name, strip, last name, strip. And we'll just print that out. So there should be no space now between these two. Save that. Oh, we're gonna need Python 4.py. So yeah, you see we have that there. The second one that I wanted to cover is what is it? Oh, you can do like left strip and right strip. So we can have, say, a bunch of wonky characters on the left here and wonky characters on the right. It doesn't matter what character, we're gonna specify that. But for left strip and right strip, we can have, for first, we can strip any character that we see fit by declaring it in here. So save that. So we don't have that. If we just take that out for a second, it might give me nothing. Yeah, oh, it still gives us that. So yeah, you can strip whatever character you want using that. So if you have like some data that may have a leading identifier or something like that, this is pretty useful to just like if you have like ID numbers or something, and the system automatically puts out like a string of whatever that's common to everyone, and you want to do comparison on that. You don't really need those first characters. You can strip it down to like a whatever. I'm sure you know what I mean. And then we can do stuff called left strip. So we can take the left side of it and strip that, and the right side of it and strip that. So that's on the right. Sorry, that's on the right for the second one, and that's on the left for the first one. So we can save that, and it will give us the same thing. So we have two ways of stripping it. Like I said before, it might be that there's something before or there's something after that you don't need. You just need whatever's in front of it. And from there, we can also search. So we'll have print. Um, you can actually count the you can count the number of, I guess, characters or string that come up in a certain uh, block of text or whatever. So for this, we'll use the same example, and we can do first dot count, and then we'll count the number of asterisks in the first one, and we can print first name. And in this one, we can count the number of in the next one. And we'll make it a bit random so we can get some interesting answers by just throwing in as many as we can't count, and then see which one has which. And we'll run this again. Oh shit. Second name, last name. So there's 21 asterisks in the first one, there's 20 in the second one. We stripped that when we did that. And we can also find, so this one, like the number will make a little. I'll show you. So we're going to be using the find method. So print. Let's say we want to figure out what character. So it returns what character you're looking for. If we look up uh, first name dot find. So what do we want to find? Let's say we want to figure out what character the AU would actually. Let's do it. Start here just so it's easier to see. The double T is at. What the heck did I just do? Oh, derp. It. I didn't change the variable here. So it returned a -1, meaning that it returned a false. Like there's no double T because I didn't declare the second name. So I keep doing this last name instead of the first name. So you can see that it starts at the second character. So you have to think in computer science counting 0, 1, 2, not 1, 2, 3. It starts at the second one because zero is a digit. So those are a couple more. Uh, Actually, there's one more that I should actually do, which is useful as well. Is we can print. Sorry, we can replace stuff. So print. Let's do first name this time. Dot replace, and we can replace. So the first one is what we are going to be replacing, and the second one is what we're going to be replacing it with. So we can, let's just, I spelled Austin wrong. I don't even know if that's how it's spelled. Let's just replace the whole thing. Austin to Freddie. The hell did I just do? Austin. Am I mistaking something here? What did I do? Awesome. Oh, derp. Such. Yeah. CS and programming is all about finding those like really stupid small errors, and so yeah. Um, it's found Austin. Austin. Uh, I'm acting a couple letters off right now. Yeah, so it just basically replaced Austin with Freddie, and that's that function. So now, if you want to use that in a big data set, you know how to do it. So I'll end it there. I think, yeah, this is the third video today, and I'm doing this a bit later than I normally would, so a little tired after working and everything. But that is it for this video, and I hope it helped, and I will see you in the next one.